How did Tokyo trials influence modern war crimes definition? Imagine a world where leaders are held accountable for their actions during war. The Tokyo trials, officially known as the International Military Tribunal for the Far East, played a key role in making that a reality. These trials took place after World War II and set important legal standards for defining war crimes. They established how high-ranking officials could be prosecuted for their roles in wartime atrocities. One major impact of the Tokyo trials was the expansion of legal categories for war crimes. They introduced three main types of charges. The first category, known as Class A, covered crimes against peace. This included planning and waging aggressive wars. The second category, Class B, focused on conventional war crimes. This involved violations of the laws of war, such as mistreating prisoners of war and attacking civilians. Lastly, Class C addressed crimes against humanity, which included systematic violence and persecution of civilian populations. These categories helped clarify the differences between various types of war crimes and reinforced the need to protect civilians during conflicts. The trials also emphasized that leaders, no matter their rank, could be held responsible for violating international humanitarian law. This principle is now a cornerstone of modern war crimes law and is essential for the enforcement mechanisms used by international courts today. The Tokyo trials also highlighted the need for civilian protection. They brought attention to the abuses faced by civilians, such as forced labor and sexual slavery, often referred to as comfort women. This focus aligns with the Geneva Conventions, which aim to safeguard civilians and prisoners during armed conflict. Moreover, the Tokyo trials influenced the development of international legal standards that shaped the Geneva Conventions of 1949 and their subsequent protocols. These treaties codified the laws of armed conflict and expanded protections for both civilians and combatants. However, the trials also revealed challenges in applying international humanitarian law. Issues like selective prosecution and political considerations, such as the immunity granted to Emperor Hirohito, raised questions about fairness in war crimes prosecution. These challenges continue to spark debates about the universality of justice in the context of war crimes. The precedents set by the Tokyo trials have been vital for subsequent international tribunals and the International Criminal Court. They provided foundational legal concepts that are still used to prosecute war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide today. The trials reinforced the idea that violations of the laws of armed conflict are not just offenses against individual states, but are crimes against the international community as a whole. In summary, the Tokyo trials significantly shaped the modern definition of war crimes. They established legal categories, affirmed individual accountability, and emphasized the protection of civilians during armed conflict. These contributions continue to support the fundamental aspects of international humanitarian law and strengthen enforcement and accountability mechanisms designed to prevent and punish war crimes.